I'm gonna put a little bit of alcohol on the skin.
Okay. Like what kind? Fireball, White Claw?
Good. Okay.
Sinead, you look a little horny right now. Are you ready for this?
I'm so nervous.
Yeah, you should be, because I'm the one gonna do it to you.
What?
Okay. Here we go. You're not like actually really nervous, are you?
I'm super nervous. I've never gotten Botox before, and this is a beauty Trippin where we get to know what we're doing beforehand, which only makes me more anxious.
Yeah.
But also, if they didn't tell me that I was getting Botox, I'd probably be pretty upset about that too. This is a medical reason, but because it is taking place in my face, I am a little bit curious to see like what kind of cosmetologic effects it will have, but this is actually just for my migraines. Like I was diagnosed when I was 9. Out of a 30-day month, for example, I have no less than probably 23 migraines.
That is insane.
Yeah, and it's like, it's a daily thing. Some days are worse than others, and I try not to take medicine for it all the time because I just like hate the idea of just constantly having to take painkillers for it.
25 days a month.
So yeah, I'm super nervous.
Well, let's do this.
Here goes nothing. Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm a little nervous, but I'm good.
All right, well, Dr. Ip's waiting for you.
Okay.
So let's go on back.
Thanks. Thank you. Hello.
Hi, how you doing? You must be Sinead.
Sinead, nice to
Dr.
meet you.
Nice to meet
This
you.
is Loryn.
Hey, Lauren, nice to meet you.
you.
So what can we do for you guys today?
Well, Lauren's here for moral support.
Okay.
But I'm actually here to hopefully get Botox because I have severe migraines that I've had since I was about 9. And on average, I was telling Loryn I get at least like 20 migraines a month, and I didn't even know this is a real thing and it was possible. And I'm nervous, so I'm gonna talk a lot, but yeah, I just wanted to see if this was like the right option for me.
Chronic migraines are a big problem. And so Botox is one of the treatments that can kind of temporize it, okay? And so what you have to do is when you inject Botox right along the hairline, what that's gonna do is it's gonna calm down some of the nerves, calm down some of the tension that you have. And we found that when patients have Botox, it can kind of make, at least every 3 months or so, it can really alleviate some of those uncomfortable headaches.
Do you think that it's become like more common now to use for like more medical things versus like cosmetic purposes?
Actually, Botox was developed for medical issues. The very first treatment for Botox was for what we call strabismus, when you have kind of a lazy eye and you're going to paralyze the muscles so that your eyesight is back to normal. Now all you hear about is the cosmetic.
Right.
Get rid of wrinkles, make yourself look better.
Right, yeah.
But we use it for medical use a lot.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
It makes me feel better.
Yeah. I'm a little bit of a baby when it comes to needles. I'm fine with it, like once it's happening, it's just the anxiety of it all. Is it painful?
You know, I use the smallest gauge needle possible. Obviously, needles can be 16 gauge. Like
We don't need to talk about the big
Yeah, but I
ones.
use some tricks that you can do is you kind of distract the patient, pinch the skin while you're injecting the needle, and it's fairly pain-free.
yeah.
How many
How many
pricks?
shots? Well, it kind of depends on the length of your hairline. Usually it requires about 10, 15 shots. Depends on how aggressive you.
Maybe we shouldn't ask that question.
Because they're going in the hairline, does this mean that we are going to help prevent the wrinkles that have started forming on my forehead? Or is that too high up?
That's a little bit higher up, but sometimes
Can the needles slip?
the needles will not slip.
Can
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
So, you know, for every bad effect that a medication could have or a poison can have, you can always spin it and find a good use for it. You know, the difference in terms of treating migraines and treating wrinkles with Botox is that usually when patients have chronic migraines, it's coming so frequently that you're gonna have to use Botox a little bit more frequent.
Right.
So usually it's like every 3 months, okay? And you're using, 40 units. You're not using that to paralyze the muscles, whereas wrinkles are totally different. So for cosmetic use, you don't have to come back for every 6 or 9 months, that's it.
So because this is a process that you have to continue doing, I guess we should probably know and let everybody else know, like how much does this cost?
So, costs, obviously it depends on who you go to, okay? But for things where it's, you're trying to treat a medical issue, a lot of times the insurance will cover it. Yeah, so sometimes you can get, for migraines, it's kind of a generalized injection along the hairline. And so usually, like if a nurse is injecting, they'll charge, $9, $10 a unit, okay? So it'll probably cost you about $150 for one area and then each individual area. So if you go to Park Avenue, it's probably gonna be closer to $30 a unit, okay?
Yeah.
So again, it depends on zip code and who's doing it.
Okay, well thank you. You answered like a lot of our questions.
Do you
We
feel
had it all.
better? How do
I
you-
definitely do feel better.
Are you sad that
the migraine Botox isn't gonna help your forehead.
I'm gonna have to keep working.
Well, it's interesting you say that because the reason why, how they kind of found out it works well for chronic migraines is that they were doing Botox for patients who had like forehead wrinkles. And when you do the forehead wrinkles, all of a sudden the migraines get better. If you want me to improve, you know, the forehead wrinkles, I can always inject a little bit lower and kind of calm some of that down while we're doing the migraines, just while we're here. You know what I mean?
While you're here.
Okay, so we're gonna get started here. Okay, so I'll tell you everything I'm doing so you won't get nervous.
Okay.
The first thing we're gonna do is we have to make sure we keep the skin clean. Okay, so I'm gonna put a little bit of alcohol on the skin and along the scalp.
Like what kind? Fireball, White Claw? What are we working with?
Oh my God, I'm so nervous now.
You can see these Botox comes in a vial. This one comes in like 50 units. This one was about 100 units.
Okay.
So we already have one opened up here. I just opened it up a second ago. And for this to work, the medicine comes freeze dried. So when you look at it and you go, oh my God, it looks like they sent me an empty bottle, but there's actually medicine in it, okay?
Interesting.
And then what you'll do is you're gonna drop some of this sterile water, bacteriostatic water. So it's basically salt water. So I drew it up in this little syringe here, so you don't have to look at it.
Don't look.
This is a super tiny syringe.
Good Lord Almighty.
The
Change
needle's
it
not
to,
even in it yet.
How did I have
yeah.
a kid? Like honestly, how did I do that?
and now we're gonna switch it to even a tinier needle so it makes it more comfortable, okay? So first thing I'm gonna do is ask you to kind of raise your forehead. Kind of look like surprised. There you go. So you see all the wrinkles along here? So I'm gonna...
Loryn, stop gasping.
Yeah, so now you can relax, okay? So you can see it spans from all the way from side to side. So
Now, are these injections for the migraine or for the cosmetic?
this is more for cosmetic, but you know,
Got it.
because we're injecting so high, a lot of patients, just by doing the forehead here,
That would
will
help
actually get an
potentially.
improvement in their migraines, okay? I'll stretch out the skin, that's the blue line. I'll go adjacent to it like that, and boom. And you can see I'll inject. Stretch out the skin, avoid the vein the best you can, like so. And I'm gonna put a little tiny little shot here. Good, okay? And that's gonna help calm that down. Yeah, yeah.
That like does not hurt.
No, they're tiny. The needle is minuscule. This one is just to blend it so that the whole forehead looks good. There.
Obviously, I can feel that something is happening.
Yeah,
like,
that's just a little bit of water.
but it literally like does not. It's not like a pain.
You don't want to know.
You look like you're 1,000 times more distressed than I am.
I just, after it's done, I'm going to tell you what I'm seeing.
Whew.
All right, so now you're ready to kind of calm down the muscles along your
Yes.
forehead? Okay, so
I feel so much better. I'm glad we started with that actually, because like.
yeah, this will be a lot easier. So
She's like in your head.
yeah, so you
Oh,
just
wow.
go in the forehead.
That's the hairline.
yeah.
It's definitely a little bit more painful than on your forehead, for sure.
Why? Do you have sensitive scalp?
Oh, I have migraines.
It just blows my mind that like he's just injecting stuff into her like scalp right now, and that's gonna help with migraines.
Sometimes we actually inject behind here too. I think we should probably do that just to make sure that maybe I'll have your friend kind of hold your hair up just a tad so that.
That's what I'm here for. Have you ever accidentally pricked yourself?
Oh, me?
Yeah, like because your hands are so close.
No.
Okay, good. You're a good doctor.
He's like, no, I'm a professional. That was like,
How soon could the Botox help the migraines?
Yeah, that's a good question. So migraines, Botox in general, usually it starts to kick in 24, 48 hours. Sometimes it takes a full week. Okay, so that's what you expect.
thank you so much. First of all, you taught us a lot. Like, you really did teach us a lot. You answered all of our questions.
Yeah.
You did that super fast. I barely felt anything, and I'm just excited now to see. So you guys gotta just stay tuned because I will keep these videos going. But honestly, I'm so grateful. Thank you so much. I think that this is really gonna work.
Great. Well, thank you for coming in.
Of course.
Hope you enjoy the Botox and hope you get a nice result and get rid of those headaches.
Yes, thank you so much.
Oh,
I
you're
really
welcome.
appreciate it.
Sinead, you look a little horny right now because of the bumps.
All right, so it's been a couple days since I got the Botox, and while I don't have any wrinkles on my forehead whatsoever, I definitely have noticed that I'm still getting migraines kind of as frequently as I was before. Your hair does look pretty, bub.
Yeah.
Obviously, my hands are full, as you can see, so I guess we'll just have to wait it out a couple more days and see how I feel then. So it's been about a week since I got the Botox, and I definitely... Wow, bless you. That is disgusting. So I'm happy to say that I am starting to see some better results. And I just hope that by the end of this week, when I check in with you guys again, hopefully for the last time, that I would be able to say that it really did work.
You look so good.
Thank you so much. Well, I mean, the biggest like change for me was definitely like, I almost noticed the wrinkles like on my forehead disappear within like maybe 24 hours. They were gone almost immediately.
30 seconds,
Yeah, it was insane. But the migraines definitely took a little bit longer.
Because you were having them every day. How many are you having now that it's been several weeks?
I mean, it's hard. Like, I can't really, like, it's so tough to say because they were so severe and so painful, they were almost debilitating. And now I can't remember the last time I've taken painkillers.
Amazing.
Yeah. So like, even when they are there, I'm so desensitized that like, sometimes I feel them coming on, but they never fully hit. I've had 3-hour commutes home, and by the time I get home, my head is pounding so bad that I'm done. I don't want to like play with Harrison. I just want to like lay on the couch. It's so sad. So I just feel like the fact that I can get home and still feel like a human being is worth like all the money in the world, honestly.
But before you go, there's more awesome, fun, and kind of weird content where that came from. So click right over here for another brand new video. And then of course, click the subscribe button, which should be right down here. Do it, click it, click it, click it.